All right. Well, hello everybody. We are here. Wedding season is finally coming to an end. We have
One more.
one more at the end of the year, but we want to do this for a while. So here we are, McKenzie Photo and Film.
We made it.
Yes, we made it. We wanted to just give you guys an idea of who we are, what we do, and how we serve our couples. And so, yeah. What do you think?
You look cute.
Okay.
You do.
You do too. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think this is something that the industry needs is just to talk more about more the behind the scenes and more personal things with our brand, and we're going to dive into it.
Yeah. So let's start with this. Let's start with how do we meet? You want to tell the story? You want me to tell the story?
I think we should both tell the story.
Okay, you
from
keep your
different
version
points.
first, and I'll give the honest version.
No. We met in college. I had a friend at the time that had a class with you, and she said you were funny and
That was funny.
really sweet to everyone in the class, and you had really good shoe game, which at the time I loved shoes. So I still love shoes,
You
but
still love shoes?
I do.
Yeah.
So she introduced us one time when we were out, and I don't know what else.
You don't remember the rest? I'll tell the rest.
I was interested,
Mm-hmm.
and
And who
then
made the first move?
you. I made the first move.
There we go.
And then we went our separate ways for summer,
Yes.
and I ghosted
Got
you.
ghosted.
I did. I ghosted you. Hard. Really hard.
All right. It wasn't that hard.
It was kind of hard.
Okay.
But it was really sweet. Then the first week back, we reconnected.
Yes.
I saw you, and I was like, oh. And here we are.
Yeah.
8
And
years
at that-
later.
I'll take over from this point. At that point, I'm like, I'm not talking to you. Like, no, this is not going. So, yeah, that happened that summer. Got ghosted, and then here we are after that. And then
Timing is everything.
came and tapped me on my shoulder, and I'm like, who is this? And then I was like, okay, she's not too bad. So went on a date, then dated for what, 6 years?
Yeah.
5 or 6 years.
Over 6 before
And then
we got
the
engaged.
engagement, that's my favorite part.
Yeah. It was really sweet.
I'm going to tell this story because I was the one that planned it. And so this is what happens. Obviously, we're in Kansas City. And so I wanted to do it out in San Diego. We both love San Diego. Great place. Love California. And I was like, I'm doing it in San Diego. I'm going to have a couple friends there. And this is going to be great. So I had to disguise this where she wouldn't be able to figure it out, number one, which was, I thought it was going to be super tough, but honestly, it wasn't that hard. But I invited about 5 or 6 people out, and I had to disguise, how am I going to have a 7-passenger car without her asking questions? How am I going to have a
Big Airbnb.
big Airbnb with 4 bedrooms without her asking questions? And so I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, that was the tough part. And so I'm trying to sit here and think, and I call one of my buddies that's going to end up being at the engagement. I'm like, hey, man, I need your help. I need to get these lives over and see if we can make this work. And so he's like, what do you need? And so I was like, I need you to get one of your friends that Gretchen can't like recognize his or her voice. And I need you to be like an Airbnb manager.
I can't believe you did this.
I know it was, I don't know how we pulled it off. So my friend grabbed this guy I've never talked to in my life. And so we call him.
Wait, you have to shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach. Thank you so much, Zach.
Yeah.
And your friend too for
We
helping
don't know.
out.
We don't know his name.
Yes, I know. But so I'm putting my faith in this guy I've never met. And the story is because I think San Diego had a hurricane, like something
Yeah.
crazy. It was like San
They had
Diego
really bad
never gets
rain.
hurricanes, but they got like a hurricane like a week or two before.
Yeah.
So the story was a hurricane hit the previous house or Airbnb because this person has multiple Airbnbs, and they had to move us to a bigger house. So I call them, and we have this script, and I'm talking to this guy that's never talked to me before, and it's like it's going good in the first couple of first couple of interactions, and then it was going so well, I was like going off script, and the guy started pausing, and I was like, uh-oh, like please don't mess this
First
up.
off, you were being so mean to him. Like
I was.
you were like, now looking back, like you were probably nervous or whatever, but
Yeah.
like you were being so mean to him, and you put him on speaker because you wanted me to hear the interaction, And I was so mad at you. I was like, be nice. Like, they just got hit by a hurricane. Like, they lost their house or their house is flooded. And then you're just like, well, what do you mean? Like, where's the house? Like, you were being so direct. And I was like, you need to be nicer.
I know. I was
I can't.
I was just overplaying the role. And so I'm like, all right, like, where are we going to go? And this, that, as if he didn't just get hit by a hurricane and didn't lose a house. But anyways, we got that through. And then I'm like, okay, how do I figure this, like, rental car situation out? And so we get there and I'm like, oh, Hertz just upgraded us to a, like a Tahoe or something from like a sedan, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So you were like, okay, but still weren't like really asking questions at that point.
Yeah.
And then we had a photographer that we hired out in California, and we were supposed to be doing a brand shoot.
Yeah. So I did know about the brand shoot.
Yeah.
And I will say, because everyone's like, did you know? Did you know? And I thought, like, obviously, maybe there was an opportunity for this to happen. But, like, when we got to the session, you guys were, like, playing it off so well. And then she was so good. Shout out to Casey. Yes. Amazing. She was so good. But then we also just... I was like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen like immediately. So when it didn't happen, then I was like, okay, it's not going to happen. Whatever. Let's just shoot some branding shots out in San Diego.
Yeah. Cause we were trying to get into destination at that point. Like we had a couple, but this was like us trying to brand ourselves
and
better.
Connect with photographers out there. Mm-hmm. So you were like really good with like, hey, like let's reach out to these photographers. So yeah. And you like made me send you some that I liked or something.
Yeah. I like let you pick the photographer you wanted. Which like played even better.
This makes me sound so naive, which I guess I am. But
sometimes.
I also, I just thought it was going to happen right away. And when it didn't, I just was like, okay, I'm not going to work myself up over it. Let's just have a good time. Yeah.
And the thing is, like you being a photographer, like, do you know how hard it is to propose to a photographer without her getting like any like notion of a potential proposal coming? Like, you know, all those little cues. It's like, oh, if this happens or this happens, like I had to be so uptight with everything and make sure like nothing got loose. Yeah. And nothing did, but like I had that going through my head. Like I cannot let you get any idea of whatever could happen.
But now, like looking back, there's so many small things. Yeah. Like my dad giving us money when he dropped us off. He was like, go have the best time ever. Here's some cash. And I was like, okay, Dad, thank you. Won't just
like usually give us money like that. And I was like, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, there were so many things.
And then, to backtrack too, we were all leaving from Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It was we left on a Friday and I proposed on a Friday because I'm like, I'm not waiting 2 or 3 days and like thinking about it. Those like, I just want to get it done.
Yeah.
And so our friends, there's 5 or 6 of us. Our friends were leaving from Kansas City too, and there's only 2 flights that left to get to San Diego in time before the evening when I was doing this proposal. And so one of them was ours, the Southwest flight, which like left at like 6 a.m. and then got there like 9 like the usual. Yeah. And the other one was an American Airlines flight that went from, did it go to Charlotte?
It literally went that way and then across. I think it went to North Carolina, then to California.
It went east before going west, and the farthest east you could possibly go.
They could honestly be in Europe by the time they were
easily
done.
Oh, they could have been in London or wherever. Like we probably would have been easier proposing there for them. Yeah. But either way, like they had to get on that flight because they couldn't be on the same flight as us because that would just blow the whole cover. So they legitimately flew an extra 7-8 hours getting to North Carolina and then flying from North Carolina all the way to California just to make this on time.
Just to make sure I didn't see them in the airport. Yeah. That was literally the only reason.
Yeah. And so
which is crazy.
There's that. And then KCI is also not the biggest airport. So they had to wait for us to get through security. Yeah. And this is the one day MCI, KCI is the same thing, decided to have not a guard dog. What is it?
Like the security dog?
The security dog. What do you call them?
I don't know.
I forget.
Yeah, security dog.
But the ones that like sniff for drugs. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, this is the one day that had that. So it was just slowing security down by like 30, 40 minutes.
It did take forever.
So they had to run to their flight right after getting to security, when usually it's like 5-10 minutes to that airport. So they went through that. So they finally got there at like 3-4 p.m. And then the proposal itself. So you knew about the photographer, which was the best part because that made it so much easier. I had to hide a photographer on a beach because it was at the... the Torrey Pines Beach.
Torrey Pines.
Yeah, Torrey Pines Beach.
It's so pretty.
And So, she's doing her branding shots, yada, yada, like, you do this, do that.
She killed it.
Oh my gosh, she belongs in Hollywood.
I know, she was so good.
And then
I was even taking photos of her because we were like, let's,
go back and forth.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take pictures of you, like you take pictures of us, so I have some pictures of her too.
Yeah, and so like it went well.
I know.
And then I get a text from my buddy Dom, who's a character in himself. He's like that one friend you're like, how have you made it this far? Like, you're just so goofy with some things. But anyways, love Dom, but he got put in charge of the GPS for the Uber, which it's more on the people with him that fault than him.
Like, why did he have that ability?
Yeah. And I mean, San Diego Airport is like farther south of Torrey Pines, and for whatever reason, he put a location in for like downtown San Diego, which is like the opposite way.
Yep.
So I get a text 35 minutes into the shoot, which is supposed to be like an hour long, I think.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, man, we're going to be a little late. I'm thinking like California traffic, whatever. Like, okay, a little late. Come to find out after all of it, they were going the wrong way because this man put in the wrong address in the GPS.
Didn't the Uber like drop them off like a mile away? Like,
yeah,
he was like, I'm not going any further or something.
Because you have to either drive up to the top.
And you have to pay or something to get in.
Exactly. And
so then they had to run.
They had to run, and then finally they got set. And once they got set, I'm like, all right, I'm doing it. And so
it's crazy. I didn't see any of them.
Yeah, we didn't see any of them, thank God. But how did it work? How did we do? I think I just like looked at you. I was like, hey, do you know what's going on? That's what I said.
I remember. Yeah.
I was
well, first off, we were supposed to go ring shopping.
That was another thing I told you
like
about.
For our 6th year, which is in November, and this is September 1. So we haven't gone ring shopping. I've obviously shown you stuff, but like you did not have a ring in my knowledge at all.
Oh yeah.
And so that's the other thing. I was like, maybe it's not happening because we haven't gone ring shopping, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
And then I think Casey said like, okay, I just want you guys like put your heads together, look into each other's eyes, and tell each other how much you love each other.
Yes.
And I was like, I love you. Like, that's kind of weird, whatever. And then you were like, that's like the last thing I remember is you saying, do you know what's going on? Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. And you're like, do you know what's happening? Mm-hmm. I'm about to cry thinking about it. It was so sweet. And you proposed. I literally was like, you don't have a ring. And you're like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, and I couldn't get out of my back pocket because my pants were so tight. I was like,
yeah, where was the ring during the session?
Oh, that's a whole nother story, too.
Was it in the camera bag?
It was my camera bag, but okay. I was freaked out about security.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just need that one TSA agent that decides to be like, what is this? Oh, it's a ring. What are you doing with, that guy? So going through security, I was so freaking stressed. Out. That was like probably the most stressful part of that whole thing. That's outside so of Don saying they're late. But yeah, I had it in my camera bag the whole time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like probably won't look through it. So
yeah, wow.
It was in there, and then I put it in my back pocket, and then I was like, "Do you know what's happening?" Because I was like, "You have to know by now." Because I had like a huge lump in the back of my pocket because I was wearing like these jogger type.
But again, pants. I think Casey was just so good at like talking to me when there's any downtime. Mm-hmm. So it was so good. Yeah,
and so that happened, and then once our friends could visually see that I was proposing, mm-hmm. then they came running down.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And it was an awesome.
That was so surreal.
Yeah, I was like I couldn't redo that if I'd tried.
Yeah.
There's maybe one or two things that were like this close to being blown that didn't, and thank God they didn't because it was like it was a lot of work. Mm-hmm. But it was just the loose ends I didn't want to have you figure something out. So
yeah. No,
she still admits to this day she hasn't, or she didn't know about it.
I really didn't. Like I said, I was hopeful that it was going to happen, but when it didn't happen right away, I was like, oh, there's no way. Yeah. And then the funniest part, this has never happened to you about like losing video or anything like that. You've never done that in your entire life. And you set up a camera, which I didn't even think was weird because we like to do like B-roll stuff when we're on vacation or traveling, just like for stuff to post. So you were like, hey, I'm going to set up a camera for some B-roll. And I'm like, okay, great. And you had the whole proposal on video and then you deleted it.
That's the videos of
I
people.
thought you were joking.
I thought I was joking too.
Yeah. You accidentally deleted it.
Because we were going to like shoot a wedding in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're like on such a high that I never back or downloaded. I
Yeah.
usually with all weddings, I'm like, the minute I get home, I'm downloading all the footage.
Yeah. No, it's
regardless
never
if it's
happened.
12 a.m. or 2 a.m. Like I just want to make sure I get it on a computer and a hard drive. But this time I was like, oh, it's my proposal. I'll get it at some point. I'll definitely not forget this. And then we had a wedding, and I formatted that card.
Yep.
And then like a week later, I'm like, oh, where's that proposal video that?
I feel like you didn't tell me for a long time. I kept asking.
Do you know how scared I was?
I kept asking for it because I was like, I want to watch it.
I was like sick to my stomach.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! I was like, how is this the one thing
I know
I delete?
it's okay though. Our pictures were beautiful and
Yeah.
we
So
have amazing memories. It was
since
so good.
since then, I have not made that mistake again.
And yeah, no.
And I mean, thankfully, it was at our expense rather than somebody else's. So
Yeah.
that was the thing. But yeah, that was a proposal, and so we had our wedding. Wedding was great. We wanted to do a wedding in Italy.
Yep.
That went from Italy to Colorado, and then Colorado to Kansas City.
Yeah. We
My
looked
family,
everywhere.
We looked everywhere. My family was just traveling wise. It didn't
Yeah.
pan out for them. But I think that's why we've gotten into destinations for ourselves because we see these couples and we're like, man, like if you can do it, go have that Italy wedding, go have that San Diego wedding, go have that Connecticut, water wedding. And so that's been kind of our why as far as like why we got into the destination. I think. I mean, what do you think as far as?
I think that, and just we love to travel and to see new things. So I think it fills our cup with that, like just being able to travel and just shooting in new venues and being creative in new spots is always really fun and rewarding. But I think also having a wedding, being on that side of things has been so different. And I've learned a lot from that. And I've also learned a lot of kind of grace and for our couples that are just starting out or trying to work with budget, whatever it is. I think it's exciting. It's a very fun and exciting time, but it's also very stressful and hard. So just having grace for our couples and trying to help them as much as possible has been something I've learned a lot throughout our wedding process for sure.
Yeah. I think I remember on our wedding day, like not family portraits, but like our own portraits and all that and how great they came out and how amazing they were.
Yeah.
But being on the other side of the camera and being
exhausted.
Well, that, yeah. I mean, you're tired because it's like a wedding day is it's the minute you get up that morning to the end of the night on the dance floor. It's such a busy day. But one of the other things I realized is like how tough posing can be. Yeah. And if you have the right photographer, which we did, and videographer, it makes it so much easier. Yeah. But it was just like eye-opening, like, oh, you can tell somebody something, but still to interpret it as that person can be somewhat tough. So you need the right person to do it, and we did. Yeah. So I learned a lot from that and being like, I liked how you guide people with the poses and how you do certain things and how you make them feel comfortable because before I was like, oh, it's not that hard. Like, just put your arm up or just do this and like that should be it. And then I'm like trying to do it. I'm like, oh, this is tougher than it looks. Yeah. But with that guidance, it's so much easier. Yeah. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that I learned when it came to, being on the other side of the camera, number one. So it's given me a lot more grace when it comes to couples and helping them out. Yeah. And then in terms of like when we started filming ourselves, obviously you started way before I did. We were 2018? 2019 with weddings at least.
Yeah, it's been 7 years.
7 years of wedding photography. And so I remember a friend of ours reached out, same couple, Dana and Dom. They reached out about doing their wedding. And I remember asking you, like, you going to do it? And you're like, I don't feel ready. Yeah. And then to see where you come now has been crazy. But how has that journey been when it comes to when you first started? Then now you look at us and it's like, we have this. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely like 7 years feels so long, but also feels so short in the same aspect. I think I still say like we learn something new from every single wedding. And I think confidence is key and education is key. Like continuing to educate yourself and grow your business has been the biggest thing for us. But just also, you know, making sure that I'm enjoying it, and I'm like, I'm doing this because I love it. And it's a job, it pays the bills, but it's also like so rewarding, and it mainly feels like something that I've dreamed of, and I can't believe that I get to do it full time now. But yeah, I think just a lot of personal growth throughout the past 7 years has been huge, and it's been so fun to like bring you along with me and to join together over a year ago. It's been awesome, but it's just crazy. Like, I can't believe we're here.
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe I feel like we say every year is like, oh, this is going to be the best year, such a good year. And then we have another great year and another great year. So God's just been so faithful to us, and it's been great.
Yeah. I think for me, watching you, because you started this before I did, but how you've grown in the sense of your command on a wedding day, I think has been, because that's something that at least I kind of default to you as a photographer.
Yeah.
Maybe because you have more experience with a photographer or whatever. But your wedding day presence and your organization when it comes to wedding day, I think is awesome. When you like watch her in action and you're like, okay, this girl is for real. Like, you will get a whole room straightened within seconds and like be like, hey, Dad, I need you here. And you just organize things so quickly, and you can command like a group of people. And I think that's like a really awesome talent that you have, and you've grown over the last couple of years when it comes to being able to do that. So
Thank you.
that, and then everything else, obviously your photos have gotten way better from where they were.
Yeah.
But I think that watching that grow
Yeah.
has been such a cool thing to see, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
I'm like yelling at people, not yelling at people, but organizing all these people that are at a wedding that have had, you know, some drinks that you don't know that well. It's like, it's tough. It's
Yeah.
like, you got to get them organized and just in place for family photos or for a portrait photo or whatever.
Yeah.
Before they go have fun for the night. So it's one of those things when you're in the wedding space that you don't realize until you're actually there. So that's been awesome to see. Yeah. You started with family photos. Was that right? Or what was it?
Yeah. I mean, when I very first started, I would do anything and everything. I just wanted to learn more. I would do so many things for free. I would reach out to friends, family members, couples, all the things, and just be like, hey, like, you know, I'm a starting photographer. I'd love to shoot this or that. And I think that's so key in starting out. And I think it taught me a lot of just, you know, it takes a while to get to where you want to be. And honestly, it's a humbling experience too. Like, you see things and you're like, oh, I want that. And I want these dream weddings. I want this destination wedding. But in reality, it's going to take probably multiple years to get to that. So just doing things for free and just being genuine about it. And I think that's where I started for sure. I mean, I got my first camera for Christmas, like in 2017, 18.
What kind of camera was it?
It was a Canon Rebel, like T.
You're the Rebel?
Yeah.
I think the ADD was first. ADD.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Canon Rebel was like my very first camera.
That's everybody's first camera.
I know. I recommend that to a lot of people when they're like very, very first starting. Because I'm like, learn manual settings, learn all the things, and then grow from there. Get lenses, whatever. But yeah, I started with a Rebel. But then I went to a Canon 80D pretty soon after. And then a Mark IV. That's like I don't even know. It's a heavy duty camera. The Mark IV.
I think it was a battle horse.
It really is. It's so heavy.
So.
And now I'm on a R6, which is amazing. I love them. Mirrorless is the way to go for sure.
Yeah, you got two of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been an awesome transition. And then now you're into the wedding world, or we are. I'll give you a little of a backstory too of me, and then we'll kind of merge.
I was gonna say, you need to tell everybody what your first or second wedding was.
My second wedding. So I started video work. I was doing more corporate work. Was it 2020? Yeah, 2020 because it was COVID.
Yep,
2020. That's how it happened. So there was this workout class.
Yeah.
I was a physical therapy tech, and there was this workout class, and they wanted to go online or so, you know, post on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of COVID. And so they're like, hey, Kenny, can you do this? And I was like, sure, why not? Like, I know how to work a phone. I can edit a couple videos on iMovie, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the MacBook.
Oh yeah.
And I'll figure it out. So I did that. And I love that experience because I got to hide behind their company because anybody outside the company didn't know it was me editing.
Yeah.
And so like it gave me that year or two to kind of experiment and not worry about what people think, because you can get really in your head in this industry, I think, with everybody else's work and comparing it and all of that. Like it's tough, but in the beginning, I think that was the best thing for me, just to get my feet underneath me, learn the basics, posting, see how people react.
Yeah.
And then, you know, transition to where we are now. And so I started there. That was 2020. And then I moved into the wedding world like 2022 or 23. Even. Yeah. I was just talking to one of my classmates and I was like, well, me and Gretchen are thinking about doing weddings together as separate companies, but we're going to do it. And then my classmate was like, oh, like, I'm getting married in like 4 months. You want to do mine? And I was like, sure. So
I'm so proud of you for doing that.
I remember going home and, well, I remember going home and emailing and putting this email together about what I wanted to charge, what she would get. And I remember like being so afraid of what I wanted to charge. Price tag. And then the price tag, of what I wanted to charge. And then looking at it now, I charged $500 and I was freaking out about that. Like I was like, oh, like 500 is too much. Yeah. Like I've never done this before. And then you look back at it and I was like,
it was so good too.
For $500, it was at that time. Yes, it was a great.
It was
video.
Really good.
Yeah. And so I'm thankful for her for trusting me, number one. And then number two, just having that opportunity. But yeah, I had some of my classmates there and they were cheering me on. They were like, go Kenny. Like they knew it was my first one too. So,
and then your second one.
And then my second one. So I had 4 or 5 months under my belt at that point.
Yeah. And
before the proposal.
Yeah, I was going to say before the proposal. And I just wanted you to go with me.
So Gretchen was like, I'm shooting this proposal today. And we were probably 2 or 3 years into dating at this point, or maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, probably 3.
3. And then she was like, I'm shooting this proposal, really nice couple. Do you want to come and just do the video? And I was like, I don't even know where to start. Like weddings are one thing, proposals, I was like, in my mind were like a completely different thing. Yeah. And I had just gotten this electronic gimbal. Yeah. And a gimbal is essentially just this thing that bounces your camera. You've probably seen them before, but it bounces your camera so that it looks nice and stable and smooth and professional. But there's a learning curve to using it, because like any subtle movement, it'll just like start moving, you know, all types of ways. So I legitimately got it in the mail at like 3 and we're leaving at 5. I put it on the gimbal and I'm like, we'll figure it out. Let's go. It's crazy how I'm talking about it.
No, I know.
So we go and we're sitting at the park waiting for them to show up, and I'm trying to figure this gimbal out in the middle of the park. And this thing is pointing all directions. Like I can't even figure out how to get it to point forward. Yeah. And then like you have to balance it and do all this stuff. And last minute, like I see them walking and it finally bounces itself out. And I'm like, okay, cool. And everything was in slow motion. Like, you know, the whole video, I don't think there was a single thing that was in like real time. Yeah. But put this video together for them.
I think you had mics too, because you mic'd the dad.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I didn't even know what a mic was at that point.
How did you get the audio?
It was from your 80.
Oh.
It was just straight from there.
Okay.
It was so quiet that we got it. But I didn't know how to adjust the brightness. Like that concept hadn't settled yet. Yeah. So it was just like this dark video of his audio. And I'm like, this is useless. But I was like, wait, let me use the audio for the video. Yeah. So, that was just straight from the camera. But I say all that to say it was like so crazy how that worked out, because then we get a text or email from that same couple, and they were like, we would love to talk about, you know, wedding services for a wedding in Tulum.
Tulum, Mexico.
And I'm thinking like, okay, great for Gretchen. Like she gets to go to Tulum, and they're like photo and video. I'm like, they must be talking about somebody else. Like they can't be talking about me.
But they loved your video. Like, it was free. It was like, they didn't even know, like I had to introduce you to them, because it was like, you literally just got in the car with me and we shot it. So, but it really was good. Like it was just sweet and pure, and like the emotion behind it was so good. I just remember, we can say their names if you want.
Sure.
I just remember Allie being like, oh my gosh, like the audio of my dad like talking at our after party or whatever was so sweet. And I honestly, that's kind of like when it clicked for me of like, okay, we could like run with this. We could make this kind of into a business. And it's so fun working together, but also just like learning from each other. I feel like I was a little bit earlier on. Do we need a battery? From the very beginning, that was kind of always my dream. And that was like, I think probably the first destination wedding, I think, for me. Yeah. No, I don't know.
It was.
I don't know.
You didn't have one before that.
Yeah. But it was literally your second wedding. And I've been shooting weddings for 3 years at this point, 2 years at this point. And so multiple weddings, like doing all the things. And here comes Kenny with a camera and gets to go to Tulum, Mexico, and literally his second wedding. So, but it was so fun. And I also remember in that, like, again, we like budgeted it very low because we wanted it so bad. We loved the couple. We knew that it was going to be a fun wedding. And we also were just like, we have no idea how to budget this. Like, do they pay for flights? Do they pay for this? Like, we just didn't know. So we met with them and their families and kind of talked through it. And I just remember being like, okay, like, here's our price. And we were like so scared. And they were like, great, like, we'll pay it today. And we're like, oh my gosh. Like, I just remember getting in the car and we're like, we're going to Tulum. Like, it was so funny.
I hope you guys are watching this too.
They probably are.
Hopefully.
Allie and Ethan are the best. Best wedding ever. Like, it was insane. We ended up in the ocean the wedding night. So
yeah, that was awesome.
It was great.
Wedding.
But yeah, like that was a big, I think almost like turning point for us just because we were like, okay, we can do this. Like it kind of started to get the ball rolling and it was so fun just to do it with you. And we had a lot of friends at the wedding. So it was just a party for sure. But yeah, that wedding will forever stick with us and stick with our company and our business. And we've just learned a lot since.
Yeah, it's been a great, us officially. McKenzie Photo and Film came together last year, but we've been shooting together for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, but say 4 years. Yeah, so it's been great to see us come from that wedding that, I wouldn't want to say like fell on us, but kind of did.
Yeah.
And then to now, because we've shot where? Tulum, Kansas City, obviously, because we're here.
Chicago, Colorado.
Yeah.
We did a proposal in New York.
Yes.
We did Italy a couple times.
South shoot in California.
Yep, California. I mean, there's just so many places, but so many more that we want to do too. So I just feel like it's really gotten the ball rolling and
yeah.
We
have Italy next year. We have a couple other ones.
Yeah.
I'd have to look, but yeah, we've been to a lot of places that have stemmed off of that, and it's just been great to see, where we've come and then where we are now. So we just want to continue growing in that department, whether it's destination or Kansas City too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great venues that are coming up and a lot of great places to, shoot at and meet other vendors. And it's just been great to see. So, I think that along with our style too, with how we started to shoot, has really taken a strong hold. And so that documentary approach, I don't know if you want to speak on it, you want me to, but what is why do you like shooting like that?
Yeah. I think I'll start with kind of like our wedding. I think that's when it shifted for me a little bit more of just.
Or let's explain to everybody what it is first.
Documentary.
And then,
okay. So we shoot more kind of like documentary style, which is more of like what we call like a fly on the wall approach, where we just kind of let your day kind of unfold and we capture it kind of as is. Not a lot of posing, not a lot of like crazy, not a lot of crazy posing and things like that. It's more just raw emotion, go with the flow type day. So I have really enjoyed that. I think it's just more of our style. Like we can do like the fun, flashy, imposing stuff, but at the end of the day, like I love the emotion and the tears and, hugging grandpa and seeing your mom cry and your dad and just all those things. So I think we've really shifted towards that documentary style. And I think it's really coming to light with a lot of the inquiries that we're getting that also want that. And they also, they look at our page and they're like, we can see the emotion. It's not superposed. It's real and it's raw. And that's what they want for their wedding day. So I think having a wedding of our own has really helped me see that too. Like when we look at our gallery, it's like, I love the family photo of, my dad and his siblings and my grandma and, my dad literally sobbing when we were like about to say I do. Like there's a picture of him just like wiping tears and my mom's looking at him, and it's just like one of my favorite photos in the gallery. So I think that has really helped me just be more in tune with what's going on, and knowing that your day is also about the people that are there. It's not just you and your significant other. It's about the emotion and the people that are in the crowd too, which has been really fun. So yeah, I think having our own wedding and just the emotion behind that has helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you're saying. I think that documentary approach, I gravitated towards it because when you're watching a wedding video at the end of the day, I don't even think we said like who was what, like officially, but your photo on video.
Yeah, we should probably start with that.
Sure.
I'm the photographer.
And I'm the videographer. When you think about, or when you're watching your video back, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. When you're watching your video back, to me, I think it's so much more meaningful to watch a video, number one, where there's like points in the day you didn't see.
Yeah.
Because as a couple, there is so much happening on that wedding day.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh my goodness. And like you have maybe 2 or 3 minutes in that entire day after the ceremony where like you can kind of just slow down for a second. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, it's like people talking to you. You'll have questions here and there about certain things. You got to make sure you do your cake cutting, speech. Like it's just a lot. Mm-hmm. And so you miss a lot of your wedding day, unfortunately, but that's where a photo video team comes in and they capture those moments and you get to see them.
Yeah.
And so I think there's so much value in being a documentary team where you're able to see, hey, like I didn't see so-and-so, crying during this speech, or hey, I didn't see the dad tearing up as he was letting me go and I couldn't see him behind me. Like there's those moments where you just won't see.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
No, you don't.
On our wedding day.
I mean, you really didn't even see your dad's face as you walked down because you're so focused on me, of course.
Yeah. I was like blacked out. Like,
yeah,
it's the weirdest feeling.
I'm about to say you're just kind of like floating through time.
Yeah, I'm like, was anyone there?
Yeah, there's plenty of people there.
It was just me.
But I mean, all of that to say, it's like there's just so much happening.
Yeah.
And so when you watch your video back, you're like, or for me, I was like, I'd rather see those moments rather than 5 or 10 minutes of poses that we did that looks great.
Yeah.
Like, visually, it looks amazing, and it could be on the cover, whatever. And for certain couples, that's what they like. And if that is, then there is the perfect vendors out there for you. But for us, when it comes to being that documentary team, I think that's the best part about that is like, it's not going to be, I remember doing this post and it's going to be, oh, I didn't know that happened, or, oh my goodness, I forgot about that, or whatever it was that actually happened and feels real, not that the other doesn't, but I just think there's a different element to it. And so that's been the biggest reason for me when it comes to why documentary, I think, just serves us better and serves our couples better, because we just want to allow you to replay your day.
Yeah.
Give you what you did see and hopefully a lot of the things you didn't.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, seeing, like, going through your gallery and also going through and seeing your video is like, we want it to feel like your wedding day again. We want you to get into that headspace of like, oh my gosh, like, we want you to be emotional. We want you to watch these for years and years to come. We want you to show your kids. And I think it's so sweet. And I think the more documentary style is going through a gallery and seeing your day as it unfolded instead of like what you kind of said, like a lot of the pose stuff. But I also think people are also kind of in the middle. Like we did some pose stuff on our wedding days, and that was like some of my favorite photos, but it doesn't take long. And I think that people think, it takes a long time. Like since we've been in the industry and we know a lot and it's like pretty quick and we can set it up pretty fast, like we can get a lot of fun posed shots and then be done within 5-10 minutes. And then we can do more back to documentary. I think those shots are important. I am kind of thinking like Anna and John's wedding, like it was very documentary style, but like one of my favorite pictures is of them like in front of this beautiful arch that they hand painted and handmade. And yes, it's a posed photo, but it's also like there's so much emotion in it and there's so many personal touches in that one photo. So I think it's really great to kind of do both. And we kind of talk through what you want for your day before the wedding day. I think that's something that I love is like our 1 month out call or a few week out call just to touch base and to see what they're wanting. I also think we're really good at kind of like reading body language and being like, okay, like bride and groom need a second. Like they need to go sit down and they need to have a conversation and talk, and we'll be back in 5 minutes, and truly like take the lights off, take the cameras off of them, let them have a moment. And then there's also times where we're like, hey, we're 30 minutes behind schedule. Like, you know, let's get moving. Let's do this. Let's do that. And so we can do both of those things. But I think just kind of reading body language and knowing our couples going into the day is really important, and seeing that we can kind of help direct them throughout the wedding day and hopefully make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah. And I think you brought up a good point with reading body language. Obviously with like engagement sessions and things like that, you'll get to know the couple before, but even if you didn't, like at the end of the day on a wedding day, outside of maybe the planner, I mean, is there anybody else that you feel like spends more time with the couple than like photo and video? It's like, I mean, we're following you around like every second.
I mean, even planners, like we love planners and we highly recommend working with planners, but it's like on wedding day, yes, they're there for you, but they're also like coordinating everything else. So I would even say photo video is there with you more than a planner. And that's like why it's so important to do these calls and to get to know them a little bit, not become best friends with them, but just to, you know, have an interaction with them before the wedding day, because like you just said, like we're with them all day. So it's
8, 10, 12 hours, whatever it is. It's like that entire day you have these 2, 4, 6 individuals, whatever it is, following you around. And so like you were saying, you want to make sure you vibe with them. Yeah. And you don't have to be best friends, but you definitely don't want to have somebody that was like, you just don't gel with that well. So it's just so important when you think about your wedding day of how you want it to look, feel, and then also the vendor that you have, because they're going to be with you for that long. So I think those are all great points. So yeah, I mean, that's documentary style as a whole. Yeah. And so when it comes to that, that's just where we've gravitated towards. And I think you put it great too. Like it's probably 90% documentary, and then there might be in the entire day 2 10 or 15 minute sessions of some poses, obviously, because there's still beauty in those. But as a whole, it's that documentary style focus that you're saying and you talked about. And so I always forget that piece, because couples are like, you're going to help with the pose. I'm like, oh yes, we will still help you. It's not like documentary posing fully, but
I mean, and you said earlier, like even on our wedding day, like we were like, okay, we're not thinking about anything. Like you pose us, you tell us what to do, tell us where to look, like all the things, because like we have, our heads are spinning on our wedding day. So it's like, we don't want you to go into your wedding day thinking, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Like, I don't know how to pose. I don't know how to do this and that. Like, we want you to just be yourself and try to be as relaxed as possible. I know it's a wedding day and it's chaotic sometimes, but just be relaxed, and we are there to step in and help you, guide you, direct you, pose you when needed. Because it's not normal for people to be walking around and have cameras in your face. I think it's so funny, like when people just like stare at you because you're videographer and they're just like, and then you kind of like have to pan away for a second, and then you come back and they're like still staring. It's like one of my favorite things, especially like during cocktail hour. Like I feel like you kind of not hate cocktail, but like when you're walking around and people are like just staring at you, you're like, just please relax and chill. Like I'm trying to get candid.
I mean, I've done the same thing where I see a camera pointing, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. Because some people just don't realize that you're the vendor there for the day. But no, I love cocktail. I just hate that I can't get guests in their natural element sometimes
Yeah.
at certain points if it's a smaller one and you have to
Get
get a little
closer.
bit closer. But
Yeah.
I've learned to lean towards using the 70 to 200 and giving enough distance where they can't tell I'm there, so I get them more in their natural element.
Yeah.
But it gets tough when you get those smaller cocktail spaces, and it's like you have no choice but to be close.
Yeah.
And then they see you, and then they kind of tense up. So
Yeah.
we try to always give people space and then capture them in that way. But yeah, it's always a fun one when you get that couple or individual that catches you filming them, and like they give you one of those. And you're like, nah, I'm just doing my job.
You're like, act like I'm not here.
I'm just doing my job.
I think one thing that I love that we kind of balance each other out is that I like, again, I love like the detail side of things, capturing those. And sometimes like you're more focused on like the people. So I kind of be like, hey, did you get this? Did you get that? And then for me, like I'll come to you and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have this vision or like I want this photo, but I don't really want to go grab the bride and groom. Like I think they're tired or whatever. And you're like, yeah, like let's let them breathe. And I'm like, okay, let me take a second and think about it. But I feel like we balance each other out so well on wedding days. Like I feel like I can kind of pose them, but then you're also able to just get all the things. Like I love looking at what you come up with because I'm like, I'm so in the moment on wedding days that I'm like, I didn't even see you half the time. I'm like, where were you? And then I look at your video and I'm like, oh my gosh, Kenny, like this is amazing. And the details and like the way that you captured it and the angles like are so good. And I think it's so funny. Like sometimes we sit by each other and edit because we're like, what'd you get? What'd you get?
I know, it's so true. Yeah, I mean, the details, I think when I initially started, I was like, oh, it's such a photo thing. Like,
yeah. Now you love
there's
them.
no point in getting them because, like, you're going to have photos of it and that's good enough.
Yeah.
But then I was listening to a podcast and they were like, you know, the details are so important because the couple spent all this money on it, you know, when it comes to the flowers, the linens, sometimes the napkins.
Yeah, everything.
People will have little details on the napkins that they're like, you know, I want to make sure they get that. And so as I've grown in this space, I've seen that I've shifted more. I enjoy getting them now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you pay attention to them, you can see all the little touches that a couple has had on their wedding day. And so I have just seen the importance of that because they are not cheap when it comes to putting all those things together. And couples want to see that too.
Yeah.
So.
I also think about the vendors. Like it's a lot of work to put a wedding day together for everyone, the couples, the families, the vendors. And I think being a vendor and seeing how much we put into it, like also like I just want to capture everything, obviously for bride and groom first and foremost, but also like the vendors that put so much time and effort into the florals, like what you said. And I think that when I'm like editing these photos, you know, maybe it's, you know, my 20th picture of a table, but it's like this table is beautiful and everything on it was very detail oriented for the couple and the vendor that put it together. So there's like a sense of almost pressure of just like making sure, you know, obviously we're capturing the day perfectly, but also just for everyone involved, vendors and included.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many different things when it comes to wedding day, but as a whole, we've just learned how to continue to serve, you know, our couples and what they want and giving them a smooth, peaceful day.
Yeah.
The last thing we want as a photo video team is to bring, you know, more stress to their day. So I think we have been very aware of how our couples are doing. Like you said before, it's like, okay, maybe they just need a minute. Maybe we can push this back. Like there's been plenty of weddings where, you know, timelines, I feel like most timelines start out great, but there's always one or two things that may go, you know, a little longer or whatever. And then, you know, we adjust with that. Yeah. If we go through a whole wedding day and the timeline's behind and we have to cut certain things out, we've been able to adjust and still bring a great gallery or, you know, whatever the case may be. There's plenty of weddings that that will happen. Yeah. And so being adjustable and being able to shift when, you know, the time calls for it, I think is so important.
I think we kind of have this rule of like, there's always something to document. And there's like, no matter what, like if there's a malfunction or if something's going on and we're a little behind schedule, like let's go take that time to go shoot something or to, you know, follow a family member around and get some photos and content of them. Like there's always something to do and to shoot. And I think when things are, I feel like we're always like no sitting, like we should always be working on a day. And I think that's maybe controversial for some people, but I think it's so great to just like truly be on all the time. Like 8, 10, 12-hour days go so fast by the end of the day. And we want to capture everything. And sometimes it might be out of order. We might have to shift things and move things around. But at the end of the day, like your wedding as a whole will be documented. I think that's really important.
I agree 100% on that. Can I admit something?
Yeah.
So was it the last one we went to? Yeah, I mean, it had to have been.
We attended or shot?
Attended, not shots.
Okay.
I had a realization.
Okay.
And it made me change my perspective on guests and when they do this at weddings, and how as a vendor, it seems like semi-inconsiderate, but then I found myself wanting to do it.
I'm trying to think what it would be.
Can you guess before I tell you? I feel like I guess I haven't given it away if you can't figure it out yet.
No, I don't know.
I found myself in the middle of a ceremony wanting to pull my phone out in video.
Yeah.
And like I almost did it. And then I'm like, did I almost just pull my phone out and like hovered above the photographer to get my own shot? And I don't know if it was Kenny, the guest and friend that was doing that, or Kenny, the videographer that wanted to get the shot. Because it was out in Colorado with this beautiful backdrop.
Yeah, stunning.
Red Rock is at the
Arrowhead Golf Course.
Arrowhead Golf Course. So the red rocks were in the back.
Yeah.
Like just one of the best backdrops you can have. And so I was like, man, like this is awesome. And it's my friend getting married and whatnot. And like I started reaching for my phone. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't do this. And so I sat there in the middle of a ceremony, like, what am I doing? Like, am I that guest? And so it made me realize, like, as much as we don't like it, because we want to make sure that the footage that we get isn't interrupted by, a cell phone being in the middle of our frame. Yeah. But then I also had that realization, like, this is their niece, nephew, or friend, or whoever, whatever the relation is to the bride and groom. And it made me realize that, even a vendor can do that too.
Yeah.
So I was like, I cannot believe I'm over here wanting to pull my phone out in the middle of a ceremony like that. But
it's also hard to shut off our brains.
Yeah.
Like we had a friend come up to us and he was like, I saw you staring at the photographer, and I was like, I'm just looking around. Like, I don't know what you mean.
I'm just hanging around.
I'm just hanging around. But yeah, it's really hard to shut it off and enjoy. But I feel like every once in a while I was like, oh, like let me grab my phone or whatever. And yeah, I have a little bit more respect for people who have their iPhones out during weddings now.
Yeah. I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
You're
excited, you're emotional. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But put your phone away.
Yeah, exactly. Do not pull your phone out.
But
unless you're live streaming.
In your pocket. Yeah, unless you're on Facebook Live.
I am about to say, I've seen one person live streaming, and I just started giggling a little bit, but maybe there's a family mate that couldn't make it, so who knows. As we finish up today, I wanted to ask you, too, what is something that you have learned over the last 7 years with wedding photo and video? And
what?
I don't know. That was the end of the question.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I've learned a lot. Let me think. I think my just communication and relational skills have gotten better with people, and just knowing that this is probably the biggest and most important day of their lives up until that point. And it's a lot of pressure. I feel like it's a lot of pressure during the day leading up to it. I've kind of had to like get out of my head on that and not think about the what ifs. I think when I very first started, it was like, what if this happens? What if this happens? And it's like, it's kind of crippling in a way, and it kind of shuts me down. So I think just having confidence in myself during wedding day, leading up to wedding day is huge. And even if it is not going great or it's a horrible lighting part of the day and it's not, I can't figure out lighting or something, like I'm not going to complain or cry or be upset. Like I'm literally going to fake it till I make it and figure it out on the backside. And that doesn't happen often anymore because, we've had a lot of experience, but I think just truly just being, just having confidence in the day, but also just being able to relate to the couples. And like I said, just step back and let the day unfold is going to give me more photos and more intention behind every single photo. I think I've also just learned to like shut off the comparison game. It's been huge. I think if you stay in your lane, you're going to get faster to your goals and you're going to just meet those couples, your dream couples that we always talk about. Like I feel like this year and last year, we've really hit a lot of our dream couples because we're doing what we like, we're doing what we love, and they're going to kind of come to us. And I think that's been huge. And just being able to continue to learn and grow and just stay up with all the things that's a lot that I've learned.
You've learned a lot. You're smart. You're a genius.
I'm very smart.
Very, very smart.
What about you?
Yeah, I just think the biggest thing that I've learned is just to continue to educate yourself, obviously.
Huge.
Learn from some of the others in the industry and also from like the things you see on a day-to-day basis, and learn when to anticipate certain things to happen. I think as we've continued to grow in this space, like you just kind of know where to look for certain things. Like a door opens, somebody's coming through that door early in the day, and there's going to be this interaction between, either the people in that room or the bride or whoever, and that person coming through and being ready for that. And so just being even more prepared for those situations, because that's going to make us that much more better, and having that experience. So I think that's been one of the biggest things I've learned, along with all the other things that you've said. But yeah, I mean, it's been a fun year and a half as McKenzie Photo and Film so far, and a lot more to come. So if you guys ever want us to talk about anything when it comes to weddings, even outside of weddings, when it comes to us, just let us know. We'd be happy to discuss them on here, but we just want this to be open-ended, not crazy formal, just like a talk. Like I feel like we've just been talking for the past hour, and then I looked over, I'm like, oh, this camera's recording too.
Yeah.
So just let us know, and then we'll go from there. So any last words that you have as we conclude episode 1 of, it's not a podcast, but
It's kind of a podcast.
Okay, it's kind of a podcast.
No, just thanks for being here, and
This is my this is my home.
this is my home.
About to say there's nowhere else I could be right now.
Oh, like watching. Thanks for
Oh,
watching.
the guest, my bad. You're right. I'm sorry.
You?
I thought you meant me. I'm like, I live here.
No, to the guests.
Oh, okay.
Thanks
Yeah, thank you.
for
Thank you so much.
yes, thanks for being here and supporting us. Like it's
Yes. Thank you for
truly,
support.
it means the world to us. So,
Yeah.
and I love you.
Love you too.
Why do you sound like that? Say it happier.
Love you too.
There we go.
See, can't win. Can't win.
You're gonna cut that, right?